Hello, everybody, and I'm back. My throat is feeling a little better today. It's not acting so crazy. Uh, so I thought I would do this quick little watercolor demo using the papers. So the first thing that I've done is I've opened up a document that's 1,000 wide and 1,800 pixels high. I'm using the paper that is called RP Sparse Texture, and it looks like this. Okay, so let me get rid of that, and I'm going to add it to the image using my paper overlay big. Now let me say something here before I forget. I have moved these icons to a custom palette, and that's why when I just click once on them, it runs the script. But if you don't do that and you're working directly from your script, what you have to do is select it. Here's the big overlay big. So I'm going to select it, and then you have to play it back. So it's a double click to make it work if you're going from your script palette. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and for me that's a little bit too dark. So I'm coming up here to the layer where the paper is added. I'm going to drop it back to about 25. Yeah, okay, so now for me that's about correct. All right, I'm going to lock the layer. I'm going to come back to the canvas and I'm going to add a watercolor layer in between the canvas and the layer. Remember, the layer is going to be gel composite method so that it's transparent. All right, I'm going to use a brush called, and it's not showing here. Let me move this over and around. I'm using a brush called Black Zen Bamboo. It's from David Gel. If you want the brush, just search up in the search panel for my blog for David Gel, and that will get you to his library, and you can download his library, and Zen watercolor is one of the categories, and it's really a great category. All right, so I've gone to Black Zen. Now, if I paint with this brush, let me make it a little bit bigger. Oops. About like that. All right, so if I paint with this brush, I'm not getting any texture, and I want to get some texture. So I'm going to come up here to grain, and I'm going to increase the grain to 100%. And that should give me texture. But it didn't. So what do I need to do next? I think what I need to do is go to a different paper. So I'm going to go to what? I think I'm going to go to dramatic papers. You can buy those from Corel. And I'm going to go to Scratch. And let's see how Scratch is. So Scratch is opened up high, it's got the scale opened all the way up and the contrast opened all the way up. Let's see how that works. Okay, so we come in here, and I want to make sure I've got a black. Crowing color. Let's try Curo Black. What is this one down here? No. Yeah, I think I want the one that I selected. Now look, I've got a real nice textured kind of look here. And if I press heavy, so let's go to this 100% grain and let's make it set up by pressure. And I'm going to do random grain rotation. Let's see what that does. So if I go light, I'm not going to get as much pressure as I would if I go, as much texture as if I go heavy. So I think that's probably what I want to do. And let's make this brush a little bit bigger. Okay, so I'm going to come in here and go like that and sort of stop. Then I'm going to start again. And then I'm going to come up to size and I'm going to put the min size all the way down so that this is going to go smaller. Oops. One thing I forgot is I have to take off this little, what is it called? Invert size expression. Okay, so heavy will give, oops, that's pretty strong. Heavy gives me big, that's too big. And then I'm going to go light like that. Except I don't like it yet. Let's see. Okay, that ought to do. Now I'm going to go to this black leaf Zen, and this particular brush, I do want to make some changes on it also with size. Well, I've already done it. You want to make sure the size is up to pressure and goes to min size. Okay, so then I'm going to come in here with this black, oops, and kind of just give a little bit of, it's like the joints of this thing. And then I'm going to put in, let's make this smaller. Put in some little lines. And we'll put another one in. Now, when you do these, the bamboo goes from one side to the other, so up here it'll be on that side. And we'll go in and just put another one in, kind of cross over, like that. Whoops, that long one kind of, let's do it, there we go. Okay, oops. Want to, okay, that looks all right. Then we're going to come up here and do a couple. And then we're going to go up here and we're going to kind of give this a line or two. Up here, that's too much. Let's, I'll tell you what, let's don't put any lines there yet. We'll do it when we start doing the leaves. Okay, now I think I'm going to add another watercolor layer to do the leaves. And I'm going to make my brush a little bit bigger again. About like that, I guess. And then we're going to come, no, that's not good. Let's try it again. I like that. Okay, so then I'm going to come in here. No, I'm going to change my color to a lighter gray. That one's all right. And then I'm going to put in some gray. That's too light. Let's go to that one. Oops. I don't want these to be too big. And these are supposedly leaves that are more in the background, hence they're lighter in color. And we'll put a couple up here. Maybe one up here. One or two. And I'll add one up there. And I'm just going to do a little bit of a dot there. Okay, now I'm going to go back to my black, which is that one. And I'm going to make the brush a little bit larger. And we'll come here and we don't even have to worry about, okay, I need this opacity to be higher now. I'm going to bring it up to 100% because I want this to be, dark so that it covers up some of the other leaves. Kind of like that. These leaves may be a little bit thin and long looking. I don't know why this is not, I need to check something. That's the problem. Let's go back to my base 2. Say, okay, I had that set up for, now look. There we go. All right, so I had my brush tracking set up for very light pressure. All right, now we come up here. can't quite get it as wide as I want. There we go. All right, I'm not sure that that's exactly. We'll bring this over this way a little bit. We don't even need the leaves, just like that. I mean the lines. And I think I'll bring a couple over here. Just so we get a little coming over there. That looks pretty good. Now, I'm going to do something here that's a little bit strange, probably, to everybody, but I'm going to select both watercolors. And I'm going to click on Transform. And then I'm going to make this smaller because I think I took up too much room. I'm going to hold the Shift key down and just simply make this a little bit smaller. And then I'm going to move it. Yeah, we're in move. I'm going to move it around a little bit. Bring it over this way and down. Then I think I want to hold the Shift key down again and make it a little bit smaller. Now, of course, your real Sumi folks would never do this. But it is possible with digital to do a little more play. And I think I want it to be, I went too small, make it just a little bit larger. That looks about right. And so then we're going to accept it. Okay, now that we've got that, I'm going to add another watercolor layer. And I'm going to, there's another David gel brush that I like that is called Black Zen Spatter. Okay, and it's real tiny. So I'm going to take it and just kind of push a little of this through. All right, that's too much. Let's think this out. First, I'm going to make this brush bigger. Then I'm going to do that through here. There. Bring it down here and up there. About like that. And then I'm going to go to my splatter dab. And let's see what size that's okay. So with my splatter dab, we're going to go like that. And just have some splatter in a couple of places. Okay, I kind of like that. Now I'm going to go to, it's called Grainy Pretty Wash. And I'm going to go back up to the very light color gray, a very light color gray. And let's just see if ooh, that gives a real dark texture. Let's go back to our original, which is rice paper. Now I forgot. Rice paper dark scarce. Okay. So now I'm just going to put this in. And you can see this one, it's not picking up a lot of texture. But I think I want it to pick up more than that. So let's see, my grain's at 75%. Let's go here and we're going to make the contrast greater and the brightness a little less. And that should give me more texture. There we go. And let's just let that do its thing. There we go. And see, we're going to see some of that paper that's coming through. And I think that looks kind of okay. So the next thing I'm going to do is open up from my palette drawers, I'm going to open up Image and Selection Portfolio. And I have in here a chop that I'm going to place on there. And I need to transform that to much smaller, holding the Shift key. See, it says SKIP with a whole bunch of squiggly stuff behind it. That doesn't mean anything. Make it about that size and say OK. And then we're going to come further down and we've got a SA signature. Double click, pops on. Then I'm going to transform it, but first I'm going to move it up here, about even in the corner. Hold the Shift key down, bring it, oh, what happened? Let's get rid of that and try it again. Hold the Shift key, I've got the Shift key down, make sure it stays down. No, wait, first move. Okay, hold the Shift key down, make sure you leave it down. Okay, about like that. I think I want to move it up a little bit more. About like that, and we'll say OK. Now I'm going to select the chop and the skips chop together, and then I'm going to transform both of them together. And this way, they'll stay in the same sort of configuration. And I can say, OK. And now I can move them around to wherever I think they look good. Huh. I like sort of odd places for them. Well, this one down here gets me. I think I like it best down. Oh, shoot. Control Z. I grabbed the wrong layer. Okay. Oh, shoot. Let's go Control Z to put it back where it was. Now, highlight both of them. They'd gotten unhighlighted. Okay. That's dead center. Let's do, I can't find it. I don't want to put it out here or up here. I want something different. But all of these seem to mess up the All right, I think, no, it's still too middle. I think that's okay. And I'm going to hit transform again and make them smaller because I think that will be better. All right, that's it. Okay, so we finished the image. It's this is what it is for whatever. And so now you've seen that how I like putting the paper in there. I used my scripts to have the paper show. I think I'm going to come down here and no, up here and go to this script again. I'm going to bring this down to 20 and not script, but the paper. That's 19. Yeah, I like that better. I want it to be really, really subtle. Okay, so there you go. That's an example of using the watercolor rice papers. All right, the download for both of them will be available to you on the blog. So take a look. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.